my name is Brenda Pawson, and I am doing Assignment 1 evaluation of the horse for the Western Saddle Fitting program. It is April 18th, and this is a 11-year-old mare named Dolly. The owner has said that she uses her mostly for light trail riding. We do know that she has had an operation and has a pin in her hock, and that she is never really 100% sound in that area. And the owner expressed concern that maybe the saddle wasn't fitting properly last summer, but she hasn't really rode her all winter, so we'll see what we can find around that. And because of that pin, we're not going to ask her to counter very much. We'll just get a few strides because we already know she doesn't move well. Okay, we have the owner, and she is going to demonstrate the walk, trot, and counter. Okay, at the walk, I noticed that there is already some head bob. She's not tracking up. She is paddling a little bit on the front end, both front feet. I would say she's definitely showing some soreness on that white, on the inside hind, on that white sock. She's not tracking up as well with it. Canter's definitely a difficult gait for her, and her back legs are moving together instead of the inside hind reaching forward. You can see when she's going the other direction that she's still favoring that white sock. She is dragging both of her hinds, but the white sock a little bit more. She does counter slightly easier this direction, but probably because that white sock is on the outside, so she's not carrying the weight, so much weight on it. Okay, thank you. From this angle, you can really see that white sock. That leg is kind of bending inward. The back doesn't look too bad. Maybe some hesitation on that white sock. Again, from the back, you can definitely see that both of her back legs are kind of flexing inward. Hi, I'm going to work on the palpation and check her leg movement. The owner has indicated that she does not like to have her pole touch, so hard to say whether or not she's actually sensitive here or just doesn't like it. There is a little bit of licking and chewing, so she maybe just isn't a fan. Check her jaws. Jaw seems loose. Neck. Doesn't seem to be any pain response to her neck. At her wither, I do see some white hairs here, a little bit here, and there is some uneven skin here that the owner had mentioned. Seemed to come up last year after some big rides. But right now she is not showing any sensitivity to that area. She's not showing any sensitivity in the saddle support area. She's not showing any sensitivity over her spine. I'm not seeing a reaction in the loin area. be a slight reaction back here. She does seem to like this area being palpated. Go to the other side. Again, she's not a big fan of the pole, although once you get in there, she doesn't seem to fight it. Pain response to anything in her shoulder. Again, she's got white hair on her withers and squiggly lines here. No pain response. No pain response in the saddle support area, spine, her loin. There's no pain response. Not seeing anything in her hip. She doesn't seem to be bothered back in here. Don't feel anything, any heat, specifically anywhere, maybe a little bit up here in her forearm. Resistance. Definitely doesn't want to reach forward. Very, very stiff. Not a lot of movement backwards. Definitely resistance in her knee joint. That feels a lot looser. Again, resistance in this leg. This is the leg that we know has had the surgery on it. Definitely not a lot of movement in this leg. Feel the scar tissue from the surgery. She's more willing on this side, which would make sense since that's the leg that had the surgery. But still not full, not easy movement. This leg is more loose than the other one. Definitely moves this front leg much easier than the other front leg. But not a lot of mobility in her knee joint. That lock is good. My observation would be that she stretches reasonably well to the left, which would track with that left shoulder being a little less developed. She is willing to stretch to the right. but she doesn't seem to have the same mobility on the right side as the left side of her body. Okay, just going to have a look at her alignment left to right on her hips and her shoulders. Observation from behind, she is standing relatively square. Her right hip is up higher than her left hip. Her right shoulder is more developed than her left. This would align with the movement we saw where she favored her left hind, the hawk that had the surgery. The chain of compensation, as she favors her left hind, she is putting more weight on her right hind, which is also causing the right front to absorb more concussion than the left. My recommendation would be to move forward with a saddle fit for Dolly. The white hairs and squiggly lines in her wither area could indicate the saddle being used was not fitting properly. Possibly there's some tissue damage here. Also, her asymmetry with the right shoulder and hip being more developed than the left will likely cause saddle fit issues. The saddle is likely built symmetrical and probably will slide to the smaller left side, causing poor fit. So an assessment will confirm this initial evaluation.